We are going through it right now, but here's why, and here's what we can do about it. Here's what to expect to come. Hi, I'm Michelle. This is Angel Souls, and we're going to just dive right in. The first card we have out here is Five of Raphael. So when Archangel Raphael shows up, this means that something unpleasant, especially in the context of this card, something that to you right now might feel very, very unpleasant, is actually something that's opening up your healing. For example, if there's an end of a relationship this week, or the end of a job, end of a friendship, you move, whatever the case may be, it's because it had to go. It was diminishing you. You were not remembering your worth. You were not, they're saying you were giving up on your dreams. You were giving up on your dreams and maybe settling too, okay? Everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. So, when something goes out of your life right now, hang tight. We got a whole story here. Okay, we got all of it. We're gonna get through all of it. You're being called to heal like right now. There's no more hanging on. Okay. Now, what is this gonna do to you? The Knight of Michael. So Michael comes along to offer clarity and to help you have courage. Think solar plexus. Archangel Uriel helps with the solar plexus as well. But Michael comes along to let you know it's only scary. I'm hearing right now, it's only scary because it's the unknown. The unknown doesn't have to be a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? So this is usually the card of being up at night, being scared, and not listening to your wisdom, allowing the ego mind to take over. So this says your worry is unnecessary. Okay? Again, if it's going, it needs to go. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. Here's the other thing. If you have a lot of people in your life who they just take advantage of you, whether that's energetically, financially, emotionally, maybe even physically. I had a friend years ago who would invite me to come hang out with her at her store and then put me to work. Which, as a friend, I don't mind helping out, but it was the entitlement. And then I later realized she was not a friend to anybody. So, there could be something here where, again, you've just gotten used to being treated poorly. You've been used to giving someone free labor, or again, being expected to be there emotionally for other people, but they're not there for you. Okay? Or dealing with, and this would be something that Michael can help with as well, Archangel Michael, doing a clearing of people who are jealous of you, who are jealous, competitive. They want to keep you small because they're so threatened by you. Their egos get easily bruised. Whatever the case may be, when they are throwing that energy at you, it's putting a hook in you. And now's the time where we are removing all of that. Okay. Eight of Ariel. There's something on the card. Oh, these cards are so old. I think they're starting to they're starting to come apart just a little bit. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. We're fine. Oh, these are my cards. Okay. Eight of Ariel. Take great pride in your excellent work. Listen to that. Take great pride in your excellent work. You're too good looking for them. Okay, you don't have to put up with the nonsense that you're putting up with. This would also be along the lines of you're too talented to work there. You're too good a friend to be putting up with that. You don't deserve to be taken advantage of. You don't have to pay for everybody. Right? And some of you, I feel, this is another way that darkness is working through people, chipping away financially. Oh, you got this, right? You got this. Now, if you're somebody who has a lot of money, the message still stands. Don't let people take your life force like that. Money's an energy exchange. So if someone's just constantly expecting you to pay for everything just because you happen to have more money, it's the same kind of thing. It's all energy. All right. So, Eight of Ariel, take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. I'm telling you, this feels like I'm jumping off of this train that is headed nowhere. I am done waiting to be told I'm loved. I'm done. Because that feels like that's some of you out there. My mind goes to someone waiting for a ring. Okay, you're in a relationship, someone won't propose to you, but then that gets into a whole other layer of complications because why are you waiting? Like, how? Don't get me started on marriage, the institution of marriage, but why are you waiting and holding up your life for someone to claim you? You might be like, well, I just want the ring. You can buy yourself a ring. Okay, you don't need to wait for someone to gift that to you. Do you feel me? So there's something around that, and Ariel is about material manifestations. So for the first part of this reading, things are getting turned upside down. It's nerve-wracking, and obviously we have to acknowledge all the things that are going on in the world. You name it. And here in the U.S., the most recent news would be the Texas floods, the New Mexico floods. North Carolina is getting flooded right now. So my love to all of you if you have the means to see this. If you don't, you'll see it later maybe. And just know that we are all here with you and we love you. And bless all the souls on the other side that have crossed over. But hold on. Expect more of that. Okay. So I'm going to go into this here for a second. I had a dream last night that I was living in a place that was right on the shore of a lake. And for some reason, I was wearing this nightgown, like I wear pajamas. I don't wear nightgowns, but I was wearing this nightgown that was sort of, if you can imagine, the older person version of what I would have worn as a kid. I don't know if that makes sense, but like it was a nightgown, which was strange to me. And I'm standing at this window, and it's actually a sliding door type thing, and the water is rising up. And in the dream, I was thinking, oh my gosh, why is this happening everywhere? And I felt the distinct feeling that I was going to die. Bummer, Michelle. Jeez. You're supposed to be inspiring. When I have these dreams, I want to make sure that I pass it along. Now, do we all get influenced by the stories that are going around? Absolutely. But I know the difference. And it's hard to explain. It's too much for this video. But I woke up, and I live near a river. Not that close, but, somewhat close. And I knew I need to keep an eye out for that. And I actually just had a conversation with someone who's also near me. What's the plan if something like that starts to occur? I'm taking it very seriously. I encourage you to take that very seriously as well. Walls of water. And chipping away at the shoreline. Now, this is what I'm seeing is in the U.S. But Europe, you're going to be getting it too. China is going to be getting it. Islands are going to become no more. So just keep that in mind, okay? Just be careful, I guess is what I'm saying. Now, so all this is going on. We're realizing our worth. We're going back and getting more training. If we've stalled out in a dream, okay, so let's say it is a career thing for you. Maybe you go back to school. Maybe you take some courses to refresh your skills. See what the kids are doing these days. Right? It could be that. Or if this is, let's say it's money, because it is 8 of Ariel. You might finally admit to yourself, hey, I don't have a financial education. I was never taught that. Maybe you find it intimidating. Whatever the case may be, you're learning it. Whatever's intimidating you, you're learning about it, so it's no longer something that causes fear. Yes? Okay. Because we have new beginnings. Now, this is the number 20 on here. We would reduce that in angel numbers. We would add the 2 and the 0. becomes a 2. And we need to balance and harmonize. And this is something that's not been happening for us. Yeah, specifically being out of alignment. Being out of alignment. When we're out of alignment, we are susceptible to fear-mongering. You know, I'm not talking about people who are trying to warn you. Genuine, like, oh my gosh, isn't this exciting that this horrible thing's about to happen? People do that. It's in your face all the time. All the time. Okay? We're not talking about that. So the balance, the harmony, the alignment, this will help you have that clarity that we were talking about that Archangel Michael can help you with, okay? But this new beginnings, this is showing Archangel Jeremiah. Jeremiah is all about life review. Jeremiah is about taking a break, examining your life's path, your soul's contract. Where are you on this contract? Have you achieved everything that you wanted to achieve by this point? If not, where do you need to adjust? Now, this is not about taking your thinking and meditating and then thinking, you know, I should be doing this, this, and this. That's the biggest mistake that you can make. Don't be doing that. That's going to get you definitely on the wrong path. Relax and allow your whole being and every layer of your soul, your beingness, however you want to see that, let that have the experience. Let that inform what's happening. Okay, does that make sense? So don't push it. Don't push it. Archangel Jeremiah, life review. Starting a new life. Finding your purpose. A forgiving and compassionate review of the past. Something has served its season. Something has to go. And you'll know, because if it's a certain person, they will be on your mind. They will, you know, you'll just be going on about your life and then all of a sudden they pop into your head. Or, this is the, I just heard them say the light comes on. The light comes on and just boom, 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 boom. Here's all the stuff that someone has either taken from you, tried to convince you of, their toxicity, their toxic traits. Oof, it's like the whole list just... They're showing me a page that had like disappearing ink. So something was written down, the ink dried and disappeared. And now there's water. Here's another theme of water, which can be attached to emotions, but then we have the actual flooding that's going on. But in this vision, they're showing me that water splashes back on it and the ink reappears. So now, you know, maybe you've had to talk yourself out of being upset because maybe you don't have the money to leave that partner, or you don't have another job lined up to leave a certain work situation that's horrible. You know what I'm saying? So something becomes really apparent, something you already knew, but kind of forgot, and now it's back. You're handling it, and that's where that new life is coming along. And baby, we're good. Here's Queen of Raphael. So you're getting in touch with your feelings. You're feeling your feels. Okay. And it says kind, understanding, giving, psychic. That's the big one. Psychically. Remember I said experience it with your whole being. And knowing which direction you need to go in. Okay. This isn't about, I want to seem like I'm psychic, so I'm going to say, I just know that this is going to get you in trouble. The best spiritually open people know that they can be wrong. As long as we are in these skins, we could always be wrong. And if there's a reader out there that tries to convince you otherwise, get away from them. There's some really overconfident people out there who are often wrong. But they're so confident, everyone just kind of latches onto what they're saying. Be careful and be discerning. All right, follow your heart. Follow your heart. A love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. For this, I think it's the psychic part. Now, we didn't get the High Priestess here, but the Queen of Raphael, she's pretty good. She's pretty good with the psychic stuff. She'll let us know. And again, we are coming from a healed place. There's no looking back. You're not going to fall for the same games. You're not going to go into a toxic relationship just because you've been programmed to believe that you have to be with a partner. Or if you're a woman, you've been programmed to believe that you have to be chosen. And if you don't have proof that you were chosen, then somehow you have failed as a human being. Wake up. Intention. Now you're realizing the value of focusing that intention, and you're not going to go back to the old way. So remember, this is for about a week's span of time. We are coming up on the 8/8 Lionsgate portal. I'll give you all the rundown of that and what we can do with that to harness that energy, to make the most of it at a later time. But for right now, oh gosh, be easy on yourselves. If you've been feeling exhausted, I think I said this last week, if you've been feeling exhausted, obviously check with a doctor, make sure, or even a psychologist, make sure nothing is physically wrong. Okay, make sure everything's okay there. But spiritually speaking, and spiritually speaking alone, we are recalibrating. The earth is going through a lot of shifts. If you're in touch with that, you're feeling the effects of it. You might find too that just your thinking might feel like it's off. That's the best way I could put it. It might feel like your thinking is off. So if you're used to seeing things in a certain way, you might have like the complete opposite opinion. Or things that you haven't, things that used to make you angry when they pop up in your mind, they pop up and you're like, that's so ridiculous. You know, if you have a group of people who have never gone out of their comfort zone and yet they think this is like peaked in high school kind of energy, right? They think they're the greatest people on the planet, yet they have not experienced nearly what you've experienced or done as much as you have. Maybe that used to bother you and hurt your feelings. And now you're waking up and going, that's sad. Let them be. Let them be. But the point is, there are the realizations around this. Okay? So, angelsouls444.com. We will leave it there. I'm sending you all so much love and take care.